Alright, I had a video that I wanted to do. Pretty short video. Lately they've been getting shorter, but it is what it is. It's still good. Good wisdom, good news. This is Old Testament, Ecclesiastes chapter 12. And we're gonna read verse 13 and 14. This one is, so starting at verse 13, it says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is man's all. For God will bring every work into judgment, including every secret thing, whether good or evil." So I thought this was a great verse. It was actually just supposed to be verse 13, but I read 14 and I was like, let's just throw that in there, right? For the sake of it. 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, this is Ecclesiastes. Some say the writer of Ecclesiastes is Solomon, David's son. David had a lot of sons, but Solomon was David's chosen son by God, and he wrote Ecclesiastes. So he's saying, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter of what life is for mankind, right? Life for mankind is to, one, fear God and keep his commandments. For this is the duty of man. This is the will of man that is most desirable, most helpful, most gracious, most good, most like fearing God and keeping his commandments is the best road that man can travel on, right? And then it says, for God will bring every work into judgment, including every secret thing, whether good or evil. Now, of course, with the Diddy thing going on, this is no shot at that, but this is just a understanding for all, right? If we live the way Solomon said in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13, fearing God and keeping his commandments, right? We really wouldn't have to worry about verse 14, right? About God bringing judgment on all of our works, whether it's done in secret, right? Good or evil, right? Granted, there's still going to be judgment, right? Good and evil, but you don't really have to worry about the evil parts. This verse I thought was great. We can teach the word so much in so many ways. Read it ourselves, study it ourselves, and hopefully we never get complacent, right? This isn't a video of like, all right, get complacent, but this is just more of a video like, hey, we know the rundown, right? You know the rundown, you know what's expected. We know how, sin is in this world, period, right? But the biggest thing is that we don't uphold it, right? We've all sinned and come short of the glory, but we don't uphold it. We don't support it, or more so like parade it or promote it, right? So fearing God and keeping his commandments, like that's the real thing, like the real thing. The main focus I wanted to, put emphasis on is this is the whole duty of mankind, all in all, right? Just fearing God and keeping his commandments, in every day of our lives, always reading when you can, most importantly, going to church on Sundays, right? Going to the right church, because there are false prophets, and there are false prophets that have buildings and members, which is the members are considered the church, right? So just be vigilant, understand the New Testament, understand Jesus, right? And know that God of old is still the same as God of today, right? If God wanted his ark to be moved in a certain manner, right, In the Old Testament, it tells you that, right? In the Old Testament, it tells you how God wanted um, um, that the prophets to handle um, sacred worship, right? Whether it's the washing of hands or washing certain meats and sacrificing, not eating the fat off the animals, not drinking the blood and stuff like that. Um, there were things that they had to do when it came to worshiping God in the Old Testament, and the same as the New Testament, right? There are certain things that needs to be done and carried out in the right manner. So um, when you're out there seeking the kingdom first, right, make sure it is the right one and it's not a false church, because it's just dangerous, right? It'll be considered vain worship. But all in all, this is just just remembering the whole duty of man. I hate to keep regurgitating this, but a lot of times we as humans is hard headed. We'll hear it a million times and it won't click. But and I fall victim to that. But at the end of the day, it's never stop trying. Period. Just never stop trying. Never stop trying to uphold, fear God, keep His commandments. And just do our best to live right. We all have sinned and come short of the glory. But the main thing is this: we do not uphold it and we do not promote it. Point blank, period. Peace and love. Continue travel on this journey.